Our next guest is somebody that needs little or no introduction. She's as popular as the Naira. Um, Omotola Jalade Kehinde. There is no, I don't know how you can write the story of Nollywood without writing her. From the days of Mortal Inheritance, I can mention 100 films that Omotola has done that were national hits those days, and she just for a while took a pause, and now she's back. She just directed a movie that showed at the Toronto International Film Festival, and not only showed, got very, very, very good reviews. I've read about two reviews about the movie, and a lot of people have said very good things about it. And I've also seen that in the last few weeks she has been more vocal, trying to say things about the industry. Let me allow her to do the talking, because it seems I'm doing more of the talking, probably because I'm excited having her on the show. Omotola, how are you doing today?
Hi, Mr. Loketi. Hi, I'm
And
doing great,
I
thank
must
you.
say again that I'm sorry for inconveniencing you, because she's speaking from. It's midnight there, so I had to wake her up
Uh,
from her sleep.
it's very early in the morning, yes.
All right. I'll start with this. Um, the day I called you was because somebody forwarded to me the story I did when you were about to get married.
Oh,
I'll forward it to you after the interview. When I was announcing that you were going to get married, you understand? So I just remembered, why have I not have you on the show? And that's why I started calling them, well, because of what was happening with your Toronto feast. I'd like to say this. My first question to you is, how do you see Nollywood now, in all honesty? Because you've seen it all, from the days
hmm.
of using one camera shoot, two camera, VHS, super VHS, Umatic, and now, and you have done all. How do you see it now?
I see it bright. I see a very glorious future for Nollywood. To be honest, I've always said this. I said this a very long time ago on CNN. If some people can remember, I think that was in 2013 or something like that when I was interviewed, and I remember saying, I believe Nollywood would be number one in the world. And a lot of people, then that didn't have faith came for me. They're like, you put that shooting rubbish. How can you beat Hollywood? Who do you guys think you are? It's happening. It's happening. I think very, very soon, Nollywood will actually take its place as the number one film industry in the world. I'm very firm on that. But to get there, there are many things that we need to take care of, and that's the reason why I've been very vocal over the years. And I've been doing that since I got into Nollywood, really, as a teenager. My voice just got stronger as my platform became stronger. And I take breaks every now and then for my own mental health, but I still adamant about the same things that I believe in now, which is the reason why I started a festival back then called in 2019 called TEFest. About the business of entertainment, trying to bring us to power with the business part of things around the world. We need to level up. I'm still very consistent about that. I'm very consistent about our guilds because it starts with our guilds. I hope that the AGN will be unionized. The politics in AGN is appalling, and we need to get our acts together. The children that are coming behind us are depending on it. So, yes.
Okay, before we go to other things, let's talk about Mother's Love.
Yes.
What was the inspiration behind Mother's Love?
Mother's Love came as a story that I shot because I was under pressure, to be honest. I'm not even going to lie. I've been very truthful about the journey to Mother's Love. I came on vacation in 2023, and I had a meeting with Ruth, and she called me. She was like, "Mama, how you doing? I said, I'm good. She said, do you know what's going on? I said, well, she said, okay, there's a whole revolution with YouTube. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. And she showed me numbers and everything. And she said, you don't even have a YouTube page. Like, you need to get in the game. I said, no, I don't think it's for me. I'm trying to do other kind of movies, global movies and all of that. She said, okay, you can do what you want to do, but I think you should still get in on this not trend, but on this phenomenal, this new thing that is happening. I think you will do very well in it. Anyway, she kept pressurizing me and all of that stuff. I said, Ruth, I'm here for vacation. I don't think I can do this. She said, it only takes like 3 or 4 days to shoot. Like, you can do it. She's a very driven person. Ruth does not rest. And when she clenches her teeth into something, God help you. That girl gave me no peace of mind. She was like, Mama, do it. You can do it. And I was like, oh, what the, okay, I will try. And so I called my producer. I said, let's do the production, this thing, I'm going to do it, my money, I'm just going to try. But if I don't like it, nobody's going to see it. And so that was how we hurriedly, just because I wasn't doing anything else and this girl was just on my neck, I said, okay, let's just do it. What do I have to lose, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I won't show it to anybody if I don't like it, but at least I would have started. And so that's how we shot the first project, which was RR. And then everything that could come at us came at us. The power grid shut down. There was fuel scarcity. We had to shoot for 5 days because I said I can't shoot for three days or 4 days or anything. And we finished shooting in 4 days, and we had the fifth day to just do cleanups and stuff like that. I was really shocked. I surprised myself, actually. And I was very thankful to her for, giving me the courage to even try, and I was like, what? I didn't think, because I'm pretty much a perfectionist. Anybody who knows me knows that and I know that pre-production is the most important part of production. And I didn't have any time to do pre-production, so I was really skeptical going into that. And so for us to be able to churn out something that what we watched was really good just emboldened me. And so I just, I don't know, maybe just a second of madness, I just talked to a producer and said, what if we did a feature film? And she was like, no. She knew what we just went through. I was like, why not? And that was it. And immediately, back to back, we actually started planning for Mother's Love. And I just looked for it because I have stories. So I was like, it has to be small. We can't do anything big. It has to be a very small story. So we looked for a story that we could contain something I was very passionate about at the time, that I felt like, my energy could carry. And Mother's Love was the story that I found. And even though Mother's Love, the story that we had was a little bit bigger because it had other, countries and stuff like that, we had to bring down the story. We worked the story to just happen in Nigeria and everything. It's just five characters really. And so I just said, I think this is something I can contain. I think this is something I can do. I mean, because don't forget that my mentality all through all of this was just, what is the worst that can happen, right? Like, I'm going to use my money. Nobody's going to see it if it's bad. That was the courage that I was giving myself to just do it. I just said to myself, at least it would help me jump in, So I stopped procrastinating and waiting to plan this big production. At least I could just start small, and then just get my leg in the water. And if I don't like it, nobody gets to see it. I would just watch it at home to learn and say, okay, this is what I did wrong. I could improve in this or whatever. So like some kind of test or something. And it just spiraling. And at the end of the day, we shot Mother's Love in less than about 2 weeks. I actually finished shooting Mother's Love and had to get on the plane out of Nigeria. We shot till I got on the plane. That was how tedious and how tight it was. And so when we started editing and everything, I was so scared. And that's why it's taking so long for it to come out. I've just been second guessing myself. When you're at a particular level in life, you start feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to be judged. People are going to be like, really? This is what you have to offer? This is your first time ever doing a movie, and this is what you have to show. So I just kept I kept talking myself out of it. But the more I kept showing people, and people kept watching, people were like, Omotola, this is good. What are you talking about? Like, people can see this stuff. I was like, are you sure? Like, yes. So then I'll go back again. I was like, okay, let's go back to editing. So my editing took forever because I just kept losing momentum and gaining momentum, losing momentum, going, I don't want anybody to see this work. But I think by the time I started showing little pockets of people, and I started seeing people's reaction, I now started getting encouraged. And here we are.
Okay, now it has shown at Toronto, and what are your other plans? Are you planning to bring it to the cinema in Nigeria? Are you planning to sell it straight to a streaming platform?
So when I shot it, I was hoping that even if it will ever get seen, it will go to a streaming platform. So even our style of shooting, because there are two types of, you know, uh, distribution. There is straight to the streamers, and then there's to cinema. And the way you shoot your projects determines where it goes. So my shooting was for worst case scenario, it will go to some kind of streamer, if at all. So now I'm having to adjust that for cinema, which is one of the things also when, because by the time we finished and everything, there was already problems with the streamers in Nigeria. So that also shook my confidence and everything, because I know I didn't shoot the kind of pace for cinema, or the kind of movie for cinema. It's a drama piece. It's a very deep project, and all of that stuff. And for cinema, you know that cinema is mostly popcorn. You don't want to shoot too much of a deep project, except you're taking it to festivals, as we're doing. You want it to be something that is quick, adrenaline. Cinema is adrenaline. You want people to be excited. Unlike streamers or whatever, you want them to take it in. They pause the project. They think about the movie. They enjoy the dialogue and all of that stuff. So there are two different styles of cinematography or shooting or based kind of productions. So that also worried me. But we were able to edit to also match for cinema to the best of our ability. So yes, it will be coming to cinemas, but I just feel like I would be doing it injustice if I didn't do the festival round. So right now we are in festival rounds. We just came back, as you mentioned earlier, from TIFF. Our next stop next week, by God's grace, is at Silicon Valley Film Festival. I think that's the only film festival in the Bay, in the Silicon Valley, which is very important to us as well with this project, because Mother's Love actually houses a business, which is, I think, one of its kind as well. It's a movie, but it's also a business movie, because there's a business being launched out of that movie. So going to Silicon Valley to actually show this movie is quite exciting for the team, and we're looking forward to that. So yeah, that's where we'll be next.
Now, let me ask you, now that your confidence, you've gotten it back, that yes, I can do it. Are we going to be seeing more now?
I mean, as a director or as an actor?
As a director?
Oh, as a director, of course, I enjoyed it. I've always directed movies, to be honest. I just never did it for career's sake. Any director who's worked with me will attest to this. Like, I've always helped directors behind the scenes. I've always, supported directors. I'm very big on characterization. I'm very big on storytelling and actors getting into characters. So usually my directors will just call me and say, oh yeah, I'm not gonna come and rehearse this actors, or give some kind of insight to this character or something, or do a character bible for the scripts. I've over the years, I have rewritten people's scripts. People don't know that. I don't ask for the credits. I didn't care for it. I mean, some have given me credits. Sometimes if you check some movies, you probably will see my name there as maybe rewritten by Omotola or something. I didn't publicize that part of me, because at the time I really did not care to be a filmmaker. So I have written scripts. I have actually been consultant on some movies. So I've done a lot of behind the scene work as the years have rolled by. I just didn't put it on my resume seriously, because to be honest, was not interested in being a filmmaker. I just wanted to be an actor.
All right.
But now, turning 30 years in the industry, I think I am just in my headspace, and I also want to give the young lady Ruth credit for that, for accelerating. Let me put it that way: accelerating the process. I've already I had started thinking about that from the time I relocated here anyway. I knew I needed to start creating my own content. But, because of where you're coming from, you overthink these things. You start to, put yourself on some kind of pedestal that's probably is not necessary, and you feel like everybody's watching you. It's in your head, and so you're overthinking it. You're like, oh, I have to come out this way. I have to do this. I have to do that. But God used that young lady to just, remove the band-aid. Like, you don't have to, like, it was forceful, tossed me into it, and I'm there now. And I'm on the roller coaster. I'm enjoying it.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I would like to ask you, that movie that you did, that Ruth made you to do, the YouTube movie, is it out?
So it's not going on YouTube anymore. It's actually now. That was so good too, which is so crazy. It's shocking to me. Like we did it, and everybody was like, "This cannot go on YouTube. This is really, really good." I was like, "Really?" And so the same way we said, we sent it to one or two people, and so right now it's going to be on. So multi choices actually, as we speak right now, I'm taking it.
All right.
So you'll be seeing it on, I think, Showmax and all those channels very soon, strictly on their platforms. So
All right.
that's another one.
My last question to you: all the new talents that you've seen now, can you tell me which of them that you really truly will say, I love this, watching this?
Oh my God, there are so many now. I see so many movies. I'm like, okay, I don't know so many of them, to be honest. I don't know so many of them, and oh my God, Sean, you're putting me on the spot. Who is? Oh, I really do like. I'm trying to balance it, like find the male and the female. I think I won't say Bucci is new. He's pretty new, I mean, because I worked with him on, and that's the first time I noticed him. I worked with him on Rattlesnake. I had a little thing in Rattlesnake.
Okay.
So I worked with him in Rattlesnake, and I remember back then, that he was the one that jumped out at me. I remember saying, this is one to watch out for. So when I saw him when I saw him in Kemi's project, I wasn't shocked. I knew there was a lot there, and all of that stuff. So Bucci, I would say Bucci is one person that I was already looking out for. And I think he's going to do great stuff. The other, also his co-star in that Chemist series, I've forgotten his name now. I was seeing him for the first time, but I also saw him in the movie because I saw him in another movie recently, and I saw another part to him. And I don't know if you know his name, the guy in.
I know, I understand. I know who you are talking about.
Yeah, so that guy, there's something very Hollywoodish
Benson.
about him. Benson, thank you.
Right.
I saw him in the project, and he acted I think Osamede or something like that. In Osamede.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like all this, like 300, like what's his name now? The actor, the lead actor in 300. Those grungy men. They're like men. I'm not talking about boys. I'm talking about men. Like men. Like men that do what do you call it? Like epic.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, I see him. I mean, that was what jumped out at me. I'm like, this guy is world class.
All right.
Material. Yeah. So I can see him. Do.
What about female? Do you have any female?
So female, yeah. So to be honest, I like all the girls. I like the what's her name now? She's not so new either, but I think she's someone to look out for. I'm very bad with names. People, you have to forgive me. I'm good with faces. I'm very good at pictures, but I'm not good at names. What's this girl's name? She was in Oloture.
Oh,
Sharon
or not?
The dark girl.
Omo Dada.
The dark girl.
No, dark girl.
Omo Dada.
No.
Okay.
No. She was the one with the fair. So the fair girl is Sharon, the one that just got married, right? So
Yeah.
the dark girl. Jesus.
Her name is
Omo
Dada.
No.
All right.
Mommy very well. I know Mommy very well. My mom is amazing. She's great. She's amazing, but she's not the one I'm talking about.
Well, we don't have all the time. Thank you so much for.
Yeah, so she's the one. So I see something there. And she was also in the series that Mo did with the one about the baby factory thing. She was in that as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for waking up to speak to us. A lot of people must have gotten inspired by one or two things that you have said. And we are looking forward to watching Mother's Love when it finally comes home. We'll be open to see it in the cinema. Thanks so much for your time, and we wish you all the best in all the festivals that you are going selling Nollywood. Thanks again for your time. It's been
so much. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you to Nollywood for how far we have come. I just want to encourage everybody that the golden years are back. Everybody should, strap on and get ready. We are taking it back. We're taking it well. We're taking it higher. And thank you, Shion, because you have been. I know you were doing Bond. Best of Nollywood for the longest time. So to all of you who have also pushed us and encouraged us and inspired us to continue to fight and to take Nollywood higher and higher, I just want to say thank you. We see you, we appreciate you. Your work is not irrelevant, and we honor you. Thank you too.
All right, thank you. It's been a good time on the show today, speaking to two beautiful women, Omotola Jalade and Omoni Oboli. We thank you so much for your time. Have a good independence. Be safe as you are celebrating, and go to the cinema. Go and watch Ginger. Stay on TV at home and watch Thin Line and a lot of other Nollywood movie. My producer wants to kill me because we have totally run out of time. Thank you so much. See you next week when we come with another incredible set of people to talk on Nollywood. Keep watching Nollywood and ensure you keep safe.